Day 5 and final day. We're only about 20 miles from Eastbourne. A farm site called Helstein Farm. Nice little site, good facilities. The only downside to it is on a bit of a slope, so ended up sliding out of the tent a little bit during the night. But if you find a flattish spot, then it's a good place to camp. We've got to go head up towards that mountain there, follow it along down into Alfriston eventually, through the woods and onto the Cudmore Country Park, straight along, and we're done. Keep going. Come down from the hills, got over one bump along the ridge and then back down. Just come over an interesting little bridge. I thought I'd just catch it before I leave. It's like a footbridge, but it's a swinging footbridge. I assume it's because they have some commercial traffic that goes up the river, but I wouldn't think that's quite happens very often. Come out to a little railway station here called Southsea. Oh, well, obviously the bridge obviously takes car traffic as well because he's going that way. It didn't look strong enough for that, I have to submit. It's sort of like planks and board, like a boardwalk. Lovely little station halt here. Just coming down from Fell Beacon. And how cool is this? Look, there's people hang gliding. Right over there, it's fast becoming a memory. Or was that Woking? I can't remember. This is quite a good spot because you've got views on both sides. I'm going to have to be a bit conservative with the battery moving forward because it's starting to get very low. I'm going to have to catch the hang gliders because, well, I just don't see them where we live. Look at that. That's about as cool as it gets as far as I'm concerned. That's even cooler than the paragliders yesterday. The wind's coming from that way, so I assume they launched that direction. Oh, there's actually someone flying. Go over there. I've had to stop and film this. The hang glider is going up. Don't care how much battery I got. It's got to waste it on something like this. He's moving over because the air's a bit smoother over there because it's coming off of the edge of this ridge. It's quite a breeze blowing, to be honest, so it must quite take a bit of effort to push into it.
Well, I got bits of those. Didn't get above 500 km.
That beeping you can hear is his thing that tells him if he's going up or down. Gliders have them as well. There we go, let's see what happens. As easy as that. It's literally just as easy as that. It's just like 5 steps and he's off.
That just shows that you get a bit of a kick from that.
It's a little bit bumpy here sitting in there. I suppose once it gets a little bit higher it should smooth out. As soon as it comes over here there's a bit of a kick there, it's smoothed out a bit there. I don't know if you can actually hear me speaking, the wind is so strong. Right along the ridge there, it's just using the ridge line. Gaining height now. This chap's gone old chap, so it just shows you it can be done at any age. Stabilising himself in the wind. Quick check before push off. Look at that, there's literally 5-6 steps and they're in the air. Purest form of flight. Onwards and upwards. Onwards and forwards. Coming up to the last area now. The edge of the Seven Sisters Country Park, very much in view there. You can just about make up the path that goes up. If you go like the river route. I'm doing the inland route, so it goes further in, much further inland, and it joins the coast at Burling Gap and then goes back out again. This is the last opportunity to get some footage from the heights, apart from the Seven Sisters. But my I've wasted most of my battery filming the hang glider, so there's not going to be much more until we get to the end. But you can see our final destination now, really. we've got to go over this last 2 bumps and basically go down. Just behind here is the village of Alfriston. There's a river that runs through there. You can make it. You can just about make out the river in the landscape there. That's where we joined the River Cudmore, which takes us all the way to the coast and then along. Very much in sight at the end now. We'll keep going before the battery dies. Cudmore Grove Country Park. We come down through the woods, followed the river, and hit here. Now if you have time around this area, I thoroughly recommend following this path and going over to the Cudmore Grove area. There's a steep climb up onto the top of the hills to take you along. I'm actually going to follow the correct path because I've never gone this way before. I'll go up that way, basically following the road along to Burling Gap. I'm going to be very conservative with the camera now because it's only about 4 or 5% battery left. So you're not going to see me much until we get to the end. I'll leave the rest of the battery till we get to the very end. You can see Eastbourne well and truly now. Just going to start heading downwards now. I've joined the route where I was there a couple of years ago. The high route's been decent, to be honest, because you've got views on both sides. Whereas on the low route you only have the seaward views. That's a nice spot for picnics and things. We'll keep going. Point that way, but it's actually that way. We're going to go down. See the farm goes there, it goes past them bushes and it will go straight down. It's quite a steep descent. We will get going. We'll come back when we get closer to the final spot. It's not far, it's only about 15 minutes from here now. Keep going. Last view of Eastbourne from ahead, up ahead, overhead should I say, get it right. Bit of confusion settings, I'm tired. And the far distance there is home. That's the White Cliffs of Dover in a very far distance there, I think. We've got to go down now. There's a sign at the bottom now that marks the end of the trail or start of the trail, depending on where you've come. I'll do this last bit, tender hooks, because my feet are a little bit buggered. Have I enjoyed this trail? Sort of. Most of it. There's a lot of very tedious sections. I certainly didn't like the ground. I think this trail is more keyed out for cyclists rather than walkers. I wouldn't do it again. I would do sections again, but I wouldn't do the whole thing again, not by foot. I think a cycle with a there she is. Hope you enjoyed the journey. It's time to go home.